This question asks us to evaluate the following expression, arctan square root of 3. It wants us to report our answer as a simplified fraction. So we have the arctan of square root 3. And we want to know what that's equal to. And that's going to be some theta just for reference. So to figure that out, we need to know where on the unit circle that tangent is equal to square root of 3. So let's look at the first quadrant. All right, starting with our quadrantal angle at 0, we have 1, 0. Here we have square root of 3 over 2, 1 half. Square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2, 1 half, square root of 3 over 2, and then 0 and a 1. So we know that tangent of theta is made up by over x. So we need to look at what y over x combination will give us the square root of 3 and see what angle that occurs at. So if we look at pi over 6, so tangent of pi over 6, that's going to be equal to the y component divided by the x component. So 1 half divided by the x component, which is square root of 3, 2. And that's going to give us 1 half times 2 over the square root of 3. In other words, when we multiply across, the 2's will cancel, and that gives us 1 over the square root of 3. And then if we rationalize this by multiplying by the square root of 3, we end up with the square root of 3 over 3. So now we know tangent at pi over 6. So let's look at our next one. This one's a little more obvious, and we're not really going to have to calculate it. Let's go ahead and do it. So tangent of pi over is equal to our y square root of 2, 2, divided by the x, which is also square root of 2 over 2. But anytime you have something divided by itself, that's just 1. So now by process of elimination, we kind of already know that our answer here has to be pi over 3, but let's go ahead and just show the work. So here our y component is square root of 3 over 2, divided by our x component, which is 1 half. Then we use the keep it, change it, flip it. So square root of 3 over 2 times 2 over. These 2's cancel each other out. And that gives us the square root of 3 over 1 or square root of 3. And that's what we were looking for. This is basically asking us to find when the tangent of theta is equal to square root of 3. So we want to know what theta that occurs at. It turns out it's pi over 3. Now, technically, since tangent is positive in quadrant 3, there is also another solution down here at 4 pi over 3. But arctangent has the range of negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. So in other words, this other possible solution at 4 pi over 3 falls outside this range. Therefore, we only take the pi over 3 answer. So pi over 3 is the answer to this question.